Well, let me put it like this. I think that neuroscience can learn from philosophy what it means to be a human and what it means to be a human person. And this should be of utmost importance for any neuroscientist, because he ultimately has to do with human experience. And that is what he is trying to correlate and to investigate in terms of brain processes. But brain processes are not the adequate scale to look at what it means to be a human person. The human person is, like you see me talking now, an embodied person. It's the whole body that is experiencing, that is acting, and that is in a meaningful relation to the world. Therefore, the brain cannot be the whole locus of conscious experience. The brain cannot be the whole place where we can find what it is to be conscious, but it can only be a part of a whole process that includes the person, that means an embodied being, and its relation to the immediate environment, to you as the questioner, and that is my relation in speaking right now. So if you look at my brain processes, they are certainly necessary for me to speak these words, but in order to speak them, I have to be aware of what I'm speaking. I have to somehow anticipate the next words, and that is only possible for an embodied human being. That is, in my view, in a nutshell, what neuroscience can learn from at least certain directions of philosophy, certain concepts of philosophy, which are mainly covered by the notions of embodiment, inactivism, phenomenology of the body, and so on. What would be the other way around? What can philosophy learn from neuroscience? Well, certainly, at first, a new awareness of what it means to have to be a conscious living being. And to be a living being is to be bodily in a physical sense, and to have the required organs within one's body that are necessary, for example, to think about oneself, to philosophize, to have feelings about which philosophy can instruct us. All this is based on a physical process, which includes the whole body, but crucially also the brain. Philosophy can then further learn how it is possible to learn, so how it is possible to acquire new experience, which is not something done in a solipsistic mind, but which is done in a body which has its special memory, which has its special way of incorporating new experience, and that is only possible through changing the brain. So changes which need a special physical implementation in order to become our habits, in order to become our new possibilities, our new capacities. So all capacities have to be ingrained in bodily, and in particular in brain activity and brain structures, in order to become our capacities, our dispositions. So I think neuroscience is a suitable remedy against philosophical tendencies towards towards idealism or dualism, towards thinking that the mind is something independent of a body. And I think neuroscience is a clear example of how science can usefully instruct philosophical thinking as well. I think this kind of interdisciplinary workshops is crucial for avoiding any kind of reductionism. As professionals, as academics, as representatives of certain disciplines, we are always in danger of becoming too focused, too restricted on our special field, and to reduce everything that we encounter to certain concepts and to certain methods that we apply in our disciplines. That is true for neuroscience. I think that's also true for psychology, for psychiatry, but it's also true for philosophy. For gaining a holistic picture of the human person, we have to fight against these restrictive and reductive tendencies within our special fields. They are fine as long as we do a specific research and we move within our specific research fields. But when it comes to applying these research results to the human person, to the human being, then we need to go across our disciplinary borders and to view the same results from a totally different vantage point of, say, opposing discipline or another discipline, and to somehow relativize the assumptions that we are used to base our research upon in our special discipline. I think when it comes to the brain and its relation to experience, when it comes to ethical issues related to brain processes or to, let's say, brain manipulation by deep brain stimulation and other methods, then we always have to combine different points of view because they are per se not solvable, not to be conceived within one discipline only. So as soon as we go beyond that and have to do with the practical issues of treating human persons, for example, treating patients, then we need always more than one discipline.